Gang, welcome to another edition of Reiser's Treasure Hunting Emporium's live stream. Yeah, gang, that's right, live stream. And welcome. Let me tell you what, gang, it is Treasure Tuesday, and you're about to get your weekly dose of Reiser and shenanigans. Be forewarned, because here we go. Oh, let me tell you what, gang, for you folks who are here now, I got to give you just a little bit of warning. We got a little bit of gore in this episode, so yeah, if you had dinner, be prepared. Well, for that matter, if you haven't had dinner, be prepared. Yeah, it gets a little bit of gory towards the end, but all for a good cause, all for the sake of history. So anyway, gang, welcome to another edition of Reiser's Treasure Hunting Emporium. And hey, there's Ghost Talk with the Reisers. That gal, oh my goodness. Hey, there's Coin and Cart Hobbyists. Hi. Jersey History Hunters. Hello. Dirt Monkey. Hi, how are you? The Yooper Girl, Amy. As Alan would say, the Pooper Girl. Hi, Amy. How are you? Part-time Detector. Hello. Hoosier Hillbilly. Hi. Rivendell Coins. Hello. Hoogie's Hobby Shop, hi! I wake up with that music looping in my head frequently, and you're still alive to talk about it. Les Wiley, hello! And I tell you, North Jersey Detector, hello! Johnny Chum, how are you? Messy Hole, hello! Oh, Messy Hole, I gave Stan all the credit for that coin. I tell you, what a great find. I have that video on my watch later. I cannot wait to get to it. David Carlisle, hello! I tell you, the gang is all coming out. There's Metal Detecting Yorkshire. Oh, you could probably give some professional opinions about our segment a little bit later, because we're going to get onto the operating table. Gold Prospecting Tasmania. Hey there, Dave. How are you? Wish me luck metal detecting. Hi. And I tell you what, gang, everybody is all strolling in here. Hey, there's Tomcat. How are you? And I tell you what a great day for a treasure. Hey, there's Phil Wilson. How are you? And I tell you what, gang, folks are all getting settled. Willie, how are you? Grab your snack and well, don't grab your snack. You can grab your drink, but don't grab a snack tonight. Hey, there's Mike Mellyman 24. How are you? And anyway, gang, I tell you, we've got a show for you this evening. Mike Badger, hi. And but anyway, gang, let's kick this thing off. Or put it in the gear. Anyway, gang, welcome to another edition of Reiser, Huntingemporium's Emporium's live stream. Now in brilliant living color. And we may just introduce hi-fi for the next week. You know, not Wi-Fi, hi-fi. That's right, high fidelity. And I'm still working on the old technology, let alone the new stuff. You know, what will they think of next? You know, before you know it, we'll have phones that we can carry around everywhere with us. But anyway, gang, tonight we've got a weekend recap. Of course, if you guys saw J3B charity auction, you know, and I tell you, that was a great time and for a great cause. And I tell you, it's very humbling to see the turnout for one of our own in the community. Also, too, Reiser visited the semi-local coin shop, and you're probably peeking at some of it in stereo down there at the bottom. And also, too, upcoming stuff in March. And also, too, we got several ideas for the future. And also, too, gang, the history segment. That's right, gang. Camp Letterman, Civil War Field Hospital. That was formed directly after the Gettysburg battle. Great stuff. And, of course, we will have some stuff to look at. And, hey, we even have a little bit of a recreation of something. I don't kind of want to give it away, but just remember, if any of you guys happen to be eating, I'm sorry. But anyway, gang, also, too, look out, giveaway. We'll be having Rosie do her thing tonight, giveaway. And this special donation was made possible by Amy Part-Time Detector and Rivendell Coin. And you guys are looking at it right now. We'll be talking a little bit more about that here in a little bit. And I tell you, I finally made use of the contributions given back in January. And, of course, the poor guy at the shop, yeah, he's been hanging on to it for me since, January. So I'm sure he was glad to get it out of his shop. And I have to tell you what, I haven't seen this coin since January, and oh my goodness, it's better than what I remembered. But anyway, gang, we'll talk more about that in a little bit. And I tell you, yeah, he's been hanging on to it. He's a good guy, I tell you. But yeah, sure enough, he hang on to it for me since January. Just life got kind of carried away. Anyway, gang, we'll get with the chat. And hey, Iffy, how are you? Hey, there's Aunt. Hi, Aunt. And I'm with you, North Jersey Detector. Rosie can kiss it where the sun don't shine. Now, on a robot, where exactly what? Oh, no mind. And anyway, let's see who else we got. We need a Homer Simpson tongue out emoji for when someone mentions bacon. Bacon. Okay, all right. Bacon isn't good for you. Dirt! Oh my god. It's not the point if it's good for you or not. But anyway. Drop kick that like button. Okay. Well, yeah, that'll hurt at this age. And anyway, gang, I tell you, got some great stuff going on. Back! What I missed! The whole show, Mike. We're about to end. Have a good night. Oh, no, okay. Well, yeah. But anyway, gang, I tell you what. We are going to get this thing going. All right, here we go. Well, anyway, gang, thanks so much. I tell you, the efforts of this guy and for that guy, that guy, that's right, M.A. Lyman 24 for his benefit auction for J3B. And like I said before, what a great cause. And I tell you what, a very big thanks to Mike for hosting the event and keeping the camaraderie and the community together. He's kind of like Papa Smurf. And, you know, come to think of it, in that picture, he does kind of look like Papa Smurf. I don't know. But anyway, gang, I tell you what, great fun, great cause. And I tell you what a great community. And I tell you what, times like that makes one proud to belong to such a community. And I tell you, again, thank you, Mike. And I tell you, it was excellent to see the turnout for J3B. And two, gang, the forecast for this past weekend was quite, well, lousy. Well, the forecast was lousy. It actually didn't start raining here until well into the afternoon. We probably could have squeezed in some metal detecting hours there, but yeah, the forecast kind of was like, it was still actually really damp. And so instead, of course, like you probably have already heard 1,000 times, we went to the semi-local coin shop. And I tell you, you're taking a look at that nickel now. Of course, we will get back to that here in a second. But let me give you a look at some other stuff here, and pop some stuff up here like that, and that, and that, and that. All right, gang, what you're looking at on your screen is an 1857 Flying Eagle. That's right, and it's been graded and plaqued there, of course, by PCGS AU58. And I do believe that Reiser just may make a swing at it. Now, you guys know me by now. I am cheap, and I always like things that have a fair value to them. And his asking price for this piece is, I believe, $275. Now, one thing about my guy here at the semi-local coin shop, he is very, very flexible in price. And also, too, he likes to do deals where the more you buy, the cheaper it gets. So I'm more than sure that we will be able to strike up some deal. And I don't know, but in the future, maybe in a month or so, I'll probably stroll back and see if we can't actually acquire this coin. Probably, I'm going to shoot for like the $210 target. And I tell you what, I wish the picture was a little bit better on your screen. But it is an excellent detail. The color is consistent, and it just looks fabulous. And two, gang, on the right, you are looking at an 1876 $20 gold piece. That's right, a double eagle. And I tell you what, that has some major, major droll factor. And I tell you what, if you wanted a closer look at this, we'll have to give it on a different screen. But let me tell you what, this sucker was absolutely beautiful. And again, that is also an AU58. And what's the shame of it all? It is an outstanding looking coin. Unfortunately, she was in a bar fight. She has a little nick in her cheek. And that's probably the detracting factor of that coin. But other than that, it looked absolutely fabulous. Now, gang, 1876 $20 double eagle gold. All right, now that also has a very fabulous price. And we won't go too much into that now. But if anybody is interested in a used car or a $20 double eagle, well, I know where you can pick one up. And it's, like I said, it's absolutely beautiful. And two, gang, we are going to kind of switch. I'm going to take that gold piece off of there. Now, my guy also, too, you're probably looking at it right next, at the top, next to the Flying Eagle. You see a little bit of a real there. And we've got kind of talking about it. And this real that you're looking at does look kind of cut-ish. And you can see the mark in it. And we got to talking about it. And he was wondering, as well as myself, whether or not that cut is an old cut or a fairly recent cut. And probably in a future episode, I'm going to actually kind of research it and look at it closer. We'll take a look at it underneath the coin cam, the scope. And we're actually going to see if we can't deduce whether that's a new cut or an old cut. There you go. So something to look forward to. And again, I mean, the coin itself, he actually threw this in. This was a freebie. And, with everything else that we were kind of purchasing that evening, he said, here, have this. Get this out of my shop. And, of course, if anybody who's trying to give me a real, I don't argue with them. So, very grateful. And, again, I'm kind of more grateful for the task or the challenge to give this thing a look over, and again to discover whether that's an old cut or a new cut. And two, gang, at the bottom of your screen on the cam, that's right, the coin cam, you're looking at the 1883 no cents V nickel. Now, you guys probably have heard me talk about this before. You've probably seen postings about it. I have not seen one of these in the wild in this good shape. Well, I should say, let's get it a real live term. In the raw. I have not seen one of these in this good of shape in the raw ever. And there was absolutely no passing this up. Whether it was going to somebody else or going to myself, I thought this coin would be money well spent. Now, again, the money that was used to purchase this was contributions from Rivendell Coins and Part-Time Detector. And I do hope you folks think that I was a good custodian of those funds. Because let me tell you what. Again, let me say, this is the most, that's right, the most beautiful example in the raw of an 1883 V-nickel. And I got my glove on here, and I'm going to flip it over. Now, well, before we flip it over, let's just take a little bit of a look at it. I got my glove here, and I also got my little pointy stick, my sword. And what actually detracts from... Now, if I was to grade this, he had one slabbed in the shop that was MS62. And let me tell you what, this coin put that coin down. This coin was more beautiful than what was slabbed by, I believe it was PCGS. And this coin has such great eye appeal. It has the original luster, and I just think it is a very, very sharp coin. And even to detract in grade with this, I keep bouncing back and forth. I so bad want to call it an MS63, but it's tough for me because I always downgrade from, I always like to, undergrade versus overgrade. But anyway, let's give you a look at the back of it. Now, real quick, the only thing on the front I see that really could possibly give it, and I'm not really sure if this is just a bag mark right there, because to the naked eye, you actually cannot see that. And I tell you, it is absolutely fabulous. It is a beautiful, beautiful coin. And I tell you. But yeah, gang, that's right. You're looking at it. That will be tonight's giveaway. And we'll talk more about that a little bit later. And again, this is the 1883 no cents. That's right. Definitely not a racketeer coin because this one's not plated or anything like that, but it is absolutely gorgeous. And anyway, gang, I tell you, all right, I'll stop being a broken record. It's gorgeous. Oh boy. But anyway, we'll turn her back over and let you look at it, or let her look at you. But oh my goodness, I'm still enamored over it. Holy cow, is it nice? All right, I'm trying to get the glove off. It's stuck. Anyway, gang, that there was the trip over the weekend to the semi-local coin shop. Now, I did see in chat, Lodi says he wanted to know what the dealer's name is. The dealer's name is Perfect Jewelry. You can find them at www.perfectjewelryberlin.com. And great shop, and always willing to work with you. And they do have layaway. They do have actually some higher end pieces that they'll let you do a layaway with. And always, I tell you, I've never had a bad experience with that shop. And anyway, and I can't, and that's usually the dealers I'll go back to, and etc. But anyway, gang, let's try and catch up with chat. Wow, the wreath on the reverse is almost cameo. I tell you, it's something else. And Roach Smigo, how are you? And there's M. Michael Mullins, hi. And Diggy Kadak Liz, hi. And anyway, gang. But yeah, that there is the the weekend excitement. And Sandy was with me, and unfortunately, I couldn't go through both bowls of the lower end stuff, because let me tell you. Yeah, I'm only kidding. She did say go ahead and go through them, but well, it was getting late. We didn't really have time. Besides, I already had treasure in my hand, and But anyway, gang, I tell you. Detector S, hello, hello. Oh my goodness. Hey, DK, how are you? Anyway, gang, mail call. Let me tell you what. I had a surprise in the mail, and it wasn't from Ed McMahon. I don't even know if Ed McMahon is sending mail anymore. But anyway, I got a surprise in the mail, and it was not again from Ed McMahon, but it was in fact from Jersey History Hunters. You know, these folks here. Let me show you the picture up here. These folks, Audra, Rachel. See, you got it down now. But anyway, they sent me these coasters. That's right. They've sent them all over the place. I saw CT has some, and Metal Pirate Girl. Is that right? Who the other ones went to? And of course, they sent some to Reisers as well. And I just want to say many, many thanks. And they are absolutely awesome. They are, they do it. Yeah, I tell you, they are snazzy. And I tell you what, it was wonderful to have something in your mailbox that wasn't bills, and it's treasure. And I thank you oh so much. They are awesome. And who knows? Maybe Sandy can actually convince me to use a coaster after all. And but anyway, gang, I tell you what. And also, too, Allie has a mail call to do of her own. So, yeah, that's right. You're going to see Allie here and do her thing. And here she is. What you got? All right, let's say hi to everybody. Say hi.
Hi.
All right. You got your letter? Who's that letter from?
Liz.
Liz who?
Liz Digging Canuck.
Okay. What's it say?
It says, "Hello, Miss Alexandria. A little birdie told me that you collect elongated pennies. I am sending you this Valentine's Day 1960 American penny that has been stamped with the words, 'I love you.' I hope you can find a place for it in your collection. I wish you all the best and hope that your collection continues to grow. Liz, Digging Canuck."
Okay, and you got your penny right there, right? All right, go ahead and show the folks. And there you have it. All right, say thank you to Liz.
Thank you, Liz.
All right. Thank you oh so much. I tell you. Okay, now we're going to have to probably send her in the other room for the history segment. Oh, my goodness, I tell you. Well, give her nightmares. Well, give you fine folks nightmares. But anyway, gang, all right. Well, Liz. There's Liz. This is my favorite picture of Liz. I got dirt on her face that episode, and do check that out. But anyway, I forgot to put it up. I'm sorry, Liz. But anyway. But again, thank you so much, Digging Canuck. And here we go. Let's see. Try and catch up with chat. Hi, Reiser. Hey, there's Miss Paula. Hi. Ozzy, Darren. Hello. I don't think I said hello to you earlier, so there it is now. And I tell you. North Jersey Detector says she reads better than me. Yo, Big Go! I don't know. I've seen you, but I think I might have missed you earlier. And I tell you, Jersey History Hunters, I tell you, they are awesome. But anyway, gang. All right. Well, we are. Which one is Audra and which one is Rape? You have to pay attention to the name tags. And endless poop. Somebody has endless poo. Is anything like endless fries? I don't know. No. But The Low D has a new. Oh, look at that. What's that say? Full metal detector. So you got a new icon. All right. But anyway, gang. Oh, upcoming. And I got my little notes here. You know, it's either way. Either I have all the show completely written down for the history segment, or I've got everything written down for like the beginning stages of the show. It's never the whole thing. And if you haven't been able to tell how smooth it is, the beginning of the show is not what we have really written down. But anyway, gang, this upcoming March, the ANA National Money Show in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, March the 28th through the 30th. That's right, gang. The Reisers will be there. Hey, I hear also, too, some hillbillies will be there. And Black Steel, if you guys watch his channel, I hear that he will be there. And anyway, gang, let me tell you what. I'm going to have a pocket full of toilet paper on the ready. That's right. So if you happen to be there and you snag the old guy with the skull on the shirt, do stop him for some Reiser's Treasure Hunting Emporium toilet paper. That's right. He'll give you a pack, and I tell you what, have your picture taken with him. People just won't believe that you said anyway. But anyway, he'll be more than glad to meet you. And I tell you what, that's National Money Show. That's right, the ANA National Money Show, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the 28th through the 30th. Now, the Risers will be there the 29th and the 30th. And also, too, we'll be streaming. That's right, gang. We'll be live streaming from the event. And that can be kind of a little mayhem type of thing. We've been running a little bit of tests already. And we've got the gear. The technology seems to be working. And anyway, so it should be a fun time. That's right. National Money Show, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, March the 28th through the 30th. And should be a good time. There is that phallic building again. Which, oh my goodness, it does look like that, don't it? But anyway. Hey, History Diggers, hi. Oh, there's Ken's Pack 4. Hi. Randy Wilson. Oh, we got the Wilsons. And welcome to Reiser's Treasure Hunting Emporium's live stream. Anyway, gang, all right. Well, we are going to start off with our history segment. And, well, is it a little bit of a long one? And, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're getting kind of used to Reiser being long-winded. So, nothing really new there. And I'm trying to get this up here. Map. Alright, gang. Well, what you are looking at, the map, is a map of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Of course, you guys know there was a major Civil War battle there. And what you're looking at on the right, well, there's a poor soldier there who is getting administered some, they're going to knock him out to, do a little bit of surgery. And then, too, gang, there at the bottom right, why there is a soldier who has already had his leg operated on. But more on that in a bit. At the end of the fighting, I tell you, with even the best care and provisions available, and in place 4,217 very seriously injured men could not immediately be moved. A necessity of a general hospital was needed on the premises there in Gettysburg. Those who were unfit for transport included men with penetrating wounds of the head, chest, abdomen, and pelvis. There were also a large number of long-term patients who had suffered compound fractures of the thigh, legs, arms, etc. So thus, they needed a thing. That's right, an open-air hospital. Tents, that's right, and we're going to see if we can't pull that up here. Let's see. Camp Letterman. There you have it. Camp Letterman. Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. The American Civil War began on April the 12th, 1861, in Charleston Harbor, South Carolina, and is generally accepted to have ended on May the 26th, 1865, when a representative of General E. Kirby Smith surrendered the Army of Trans-Mississippi to federal authorities. During those 4 years, 1 month and 14 days, over 10,000 battles, skirmishes, and other engagements were fought. These many armed encounters, including water and sea actions, were participated in by 2.8 million federal troops and around 750,000 Confederate troops. The Gettysburg Campaign began on June the 3rd, 1863, and ended in the middle to late July. During those weeks, about 100,000 Federals and 85,000 Confederates participated in nearly 18 battles and skirmishes, the largest and most significant being the Battle of Gettysburg itself. In this battle, roughly 93,000 Union and 75,000 Confederate troops took some part of the action. After a 3-day battle fought on July the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of 1863, both sides suffered the loss of over 40,000 dead, mortally wounded, and wounded. For the purposes of tonight's history segment, we will be focusing on the wounded as we take a look at a Camp Field hospital, specifically Camp Letterman. Now, Camp Letterman was named in honor of Dr. Jonathan Letterman, medical director of the Army of the Potomac, and was officially opened on July the 22nd, 1863, 20 days after the fighting ceased at Gettysburg. And let's see, it ceased formal operation November the 20th, 1863. It was in existence for only 4 months. That's right, gang. Only 4 months. Camp Letterman was situated on 80 acres of ground south of the York Turnpike, which was the part of the George Wolfe Farm. By July the 16th, 1863, the ground was cleared and a few tents were pitched. Eventually, over 400 tents, that's right, gang, 400 tents would occupy the site. By August 10th, 1,772 patients. Now, we'll go over that one more time. You ready? By August the 10th, 1,772 patients would occupy the open-air hospital, and approximately half of that number were Southern soldiers. Besides patients, there were over 400 doctors and attendants at the site. And just a quick footnote, there were still other buildings and private homes and warehouses and the train station and etc. being used as makeshift hospitals, including the public school, the seminary, and etc. Camp Letterman had been described as 6 distinct rows of tents with avenues between them, with each row consisting of 17 tents. Each tent could contain up to 12 patients. The tents were designated into wards with a letter designation, kind of like A, B, C, D, etc. Huge ditch latrines were dug some distance from the camp, and a large cookhouse was constructed of wood and canvas near a spring close to the turnpike. And also, too, they were in fair proximity to the railroad tracks. Also located south of the main tent area was a dead house. That's right, a dead house, a large tent in use as a morgue to hold corpses awaiting burial. And another footnote here, an embalmer's tent was also situated close to that tent, of course. There were both Federal and Confederate doctors and nurses, and each medical officer had the responsibility for anywhere from 40 to 70 patients. Now, I don't know, maybe York could weigh in on this, but that seems like a lot. between 40 to 70 patients. Like all military hospitals, Camp Letterman was under guard 24 hours a day. The guards were made up from a Maryland company, and no one was permitted on the hospital grounds without a pass, and then only after 4 p.m. After dark, the sentinels rounded up all the visitors and escorted them out of the area. By August the 7th, it was estimated that 3,000 men were housed at Camp Letterman. Approximately one-third were Confederates. Some source documents reveal that the number being housed at Camp Letterman did breach the 4,000 mark, especially after the order of August the 7th to begin to close the field hospitals and transport the wounded to Camp Letterman, like the outer lying districts, like the farmhouses and the warehouses and etc. This was a slow process. By November the 15th, only 60 patients remained at Camp Letterman, and on November the 20th, medical officers were relieved and the camp began to close. The closing process was not totally complete until February of 1864, and a lot of the patients who came out of Camp Letterman, if they were well enough, they were going back to fight. If they were Southern soldiers, they were probably more than likely headed off to Fort Delaware, the prison. And if they still were not well but were able to be transported, they were sending by rail the wounded soldiers to Satterlee U.S. General Hospital in Philadelphia. All right, gang. Well, now here we're going to talk a little bit about amputation. And hold on to your hat. And again, if anybody has just recently eaten, I beg your pardon. But this here is a part of real life, the atrocity of war. And we'll try and get our operating table back there. Yep, there he is. Amputation. Now, without giving it a second thought, if I was to surmise from all of the literature I've delved through over the years, I would have to say that amputation seems like the most numerous of all battlefield procedures. Whether historic accounts from field hospitals or there at Camp Letterman, it seems amputation was the life-saving procedure of choice. Now, I tell you what, it's basically if the soldier has a toothache, they just went, yep, okay, let's amputate. But anyway, I must confess, whenever I read about amputation, a special kind of shudder goes down my spine. And that shudder gets a tad worse when the details of the Civil War time methods and the details, that's right, the details of those surgeries become realized. The amputations of severely damaged limbs became a common practice, a necessity, and a skilled operator with a good scalpel and a sharp medical saw could remove an arm or leg in as little as half a minute. With such large numbers of wounded, one can understand the heaps, that's right, the heaps of severed limbs grew quickly in piles near the operating tables, clumped like one soldier said, like unstacked firewood. Different variables depending on which field hospital, how well supplied was the unit, and how overcrowded the unit was, determined your level of care. And whether your operation was occurring at night or day. Now, can you imagine your dentist doing a tooth extraction by candlelight? Well, how about a leg amputation? I just can't imagine it. Liquid sedative or even laudanum were administered to waiting soldiers if this was available. And wait. And I tell you what, there just may be a whole barn full of waiting soldiers ahead of you. So, yeah, you may have to wait some time. But when it eventually becomes your turn, while you're placed on the operating table, it could be a makeshift door, maybe two shutters, window shutters placed together. Who knows? Could be even a kitchen table. And again, if morphine was available, they'd use it. If it was available. If not, some soldiers actually opted out of not having morphine. Because after all, administering morphine was a guess for this time period. And again, if you had the morphine, it was injected into the wound with a Wood's hypodermic syringe. And all the while, the area was filled with war noise. That's right. If you can imagine the war noise going on in the background. And, not only do you have the war noise in the background, you've got the moaning and the screaming and the delirium of waiting patients and screaming, sometimes for their wives, their mothers, or God, or who knows what. Now, the overworked doctor was splattered with clots of blood and pus and looked more like the town butcher. Swarms of fat green blowflies bit into the soldiers' tender wounds, searching constantly for a warm place to lay their eggs. And often, that's right, often even as the surgeon prepared to operate. There have been accounts of wounded soldiers using their spoons. That's right, gang. Accounts of wounded soldiers using their spoons to scoop the vermin, maggots, out of their wounds as they awaited treatment. One soldier, whether in boredom or delirium, kept track. That's right, he kept track of how much vermin he scooped out of his leg. And he filled a half-gallon crock with them. I just can't imagine. But anyway, however, let's get back to the table. By the time you got to the table, the laudanum, if you received any, had more than likely wore off, and you would begin to feel the acute pain in your leg and become aware of the sweat-drenched, blood-stained fecal matter and urine that had collected against yourself and clothing. Now, an attendant would have cut off the trousers and made sure that the surgeon had a nice opening to do his procedure. And first, let me say, the opening of the wound and skin around it was washed with a cotton rag taken from a bucket of brownish water. Now, I don't think I have to go into detail what that brownish water is. Second, dirty fingers of the surgeon pushed open the wound, looking for bits of bone, cloth, bullet, or iron fragment. And perhaps the doctor wouldn't find anything, but in our example, he notices the femur was shattered beyond repair. Now, if, and if available, he would call for chloroform. Now, measurement of chloroform was sketchy at best. Underdose, overdose. Some soldiers, again, like I said earlier, opted for no chloroform. And they just basically gritted their teeth, bit the bullet, or gnawed on something. The surgeon, with his scalpel, made an incision through the skin and muscle to the bone, both above and below the wound, leaving a flap of skin to the one side. A bone saw was then employed, which cut roughly but quickly into the large thigh bone until it was severed. The severed leg was pitched into the pile. The arteries then were tied off with horsehair, cotton, or even could be silk thread. Basically whatever was on hand. If your physician was careful, he wasn't, extremely overworked, and he would scrape and grind the bone remaining on the patient to smooth the edges. And basically taking away the sharp edges prevents the bone from working its way through the skin flap. Now, the skin flap was pulled over the wound and, basically sewn shut, leaving a small drainage hole. The wound was typically dressed in a bandage soaked in olive oil. And, even the vermin, they like a little bit of dressing. Shortly afterward, you'd wake up, perhaps against an apple tree or under a few handfuls of straw. And if you were really, really lucky, perhaps even an army blanket. Nevertheless, with all that detail, not only would you not want an amputation of any sorts, but most assuredly not in those conditions. And one thing that always takes me aback, candlelight. If your operation was done at night, your physician, your doctor, was doing all this by candlelight. That's right, gang. He's wielding a scalpel and a bone saw, and let's not forget the important part. He's got to stitch those very, very tiny, tiny arteries by what? By candlelight. And here, you know what, gang? Here, let's have a look at this. Well, there you have it. Let's just hope that you never have to have an amputation, especially during the Civil War. And now, no joking aside, it is a very horrible, horrible atrocity of a war. And I can't make a joke to bring you guys back, but I can tell you a little bit of the story. Shortly after the Battle of Gettysburg, there was a farmer who was irate about having his chimney destroyed by a kind of a misshot shell. And he was going from basically to officer seeking compensation of his chimney that got destroyed. Well, he happened upon an officer of the Union Army, and he pleaded his case, and he wants compensation for his chimney that got destroyed during the battle. Now, the officer who he was speaking with had lost an arm in a prior battle, so basically he was standing there in front of him with basically an empty sleeve, and he just basically told him, if I can, he taps his empty sleeve, says, if I can give this for your country, I'm sure you can give them your chimney. But anyway, gang, that there is, I tell you, our history segment for this evening. And hopefully, we have not had any ill effect on your slumbers for this evening. And we are going to do what we do best. We are going to give away something. And we're going to give away that 1883 V-nickel. And here, we're going to actually show you where our donations came from. That's right. The kind donations from Rivendell Coins and Part-Time Detector made this giveaway possible. And I just want to say thank you to you both so much. And I tell you what, it is a wonderful, brilliant coin. And take you guys off there. And of course, you can see the 1883 no cents V-nickel right down there. And also, too, tonight, that's right, you're going to be receiving a pack of Reiser's Treasure Hunting Emporium toilet paper. Yeah, that's right, gang. It goes wherever you go for when you have to go. And also, too, in tonight's pack, why not only will you be giving the V-nickel and also a pack of Reiser's Treasure Hunting Emporium toilet paper, you'll also be receiving a Dick and Canuck sticker. That's right, gang. And also, too, tonight you'll also be receiving a sticker from the Jersey History Hunters. And that will be in tonight's pack. What a great pack! It should be a spectacular. But anyway, gang, I tell you what, let's head on over to Rosie and have her wake up Lurkers! Oh, I'm telling you what, lurkers, wake up! I tell you what, you do need to have something in the chat in order for Rosie to know that you are around. So that's right, do get something into the chat. And I tell you what, and again, many thanks to Rivendell Coins and to Amy Part-Time Detector for making tonight's giveaway possible. And I tell you, great stuff. If we win, you can keep the sticker. Oh my goodness, I tell you, old folks need loving too. Who's old? Oh, yeah, okay, no mind. And I tell you what. But yeah, gang, do make sure. Wake up, Rosie, and cut off my leg, says Tomcat. Oh my goodness. I wouldn't put it past Rosie. Rosie just, But, hey, Rosie, wake up or I'm getting the swallows off. I tell you, that's the most handiest tool there ever is. Amy says, I don't know what I did. Yay me. Tin Cup Tim. Hey there, Tim. I think I missed you earlier. Hi. Hey, Blockhead. I tell you what, gang. Liz is giving people hugs for the insaneness we just heard. And, I tell you. Alright, gang, here we go! We're going to count down to 5, and we're going to go ahead and select tonight's winner. I tell you what, again, we got the pack of Reiser's Treasure Hunting Emporium toilet paper, we got 2 stickers, and of course, we've got the 1883 V-Nickel, and it, again, is just absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, here we go! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bang! Hey, congrats. Roots Mago, you just won tonight's giveaway. And congrats. See that? Rosie does have a heart after all. A rusty one, but nevertheless a heart. Congrats, Roots. All right, now let's get us back. Are we? There we are. Hey, all right. I tell you what, gang. No afterglow tonight. However, we will see you right back here. Same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Same day, Treasure Tuesday, next week. But until then, I tell you what, go out and find some treasure. And or find new appreciation for some treasure you've already found. And until then, we'll see you guys all over the place. We'll see you over at Liz's Off the Cuff on Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we'll see you guys over on Saturday at Mantic Coins. Saturday at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. And then we'll see you guys again over at Liz's for Coffee with Liz on Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then, gang, that's right, KP. He's feeling a little bit better. And, oh, by the way, real quick, congratulations to the Newport girl, Amy Smith. She won the Viewer's Choice Award for the Glass Coin Seminar Weekend. So, yeah, that's right. Congrats to the Newport girl. But anyway, gang, KP, Ken Peavy's The Big Show. That's right, this upcoming Sunday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the biggest coin giveaway on the YouTube, that's right. But anyway, gang, great stuff to look at and to see. And
go back to Yorkshire's last comment. He's talking about the dissection stuff.
Go back to Yorkshire's last comment. The disarticulation is more precise with the process of removing a limb between joint surfaces. Is that what I'm reading?
Yeah.
Okay. See, it's always good to have a like mind in there. But anyway, gang, great stuff that's coming up. Also, too, tonight, I do think we saw Matt just pop in. There he is. Hey, sorry I'm late. Matt, are you having a show this evening? So you got Matt, and also, too, tonight you also got Flash in your pan. And then I imagine a little bit later on, if you want to open up the pocketbook and spend a little cash, I imagine you got Lemonhead Penny a little bit later on this evening for a coin auction. Great stuff to look at. No, I tell you, there's always stuff to look at. Anyway, gang, I tell you what, all have a great night, and we'll see you all around on the tube. All right, gang. Bye now.